On the court for the Trailblazers, Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. Nurkic is out there with Rodney Hood, and it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. Now, here's Lillard after Ben Simmons' miss. Hood kicks to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Nurkic, and it's off the back rim, no good.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Yeah, we call those winning plays, particularly when you're doing it with the kind of effort he does. I mean, those kinds of hustle plays, it'll be interesting to see what he's got left in his tank, because he usually makes a bunch of those.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And Rodney Hood getting traded last season in part because, Greg, he was due for a big contract this last summer.
And you just knew Hood would be a player a lot of teams threw offers at this year. Rare to find guards as tall as Hood who can shoot the way he can, just entering his prime. And the contract this team gave him might be a bit of a gamble, but it's one that could pay off in a huge way if he keeps improving.
McConnell offline with his 3. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
I like the shiftiness of McCollum. Feels like he can get any shot he wants to. Very efficient as a guard.
And we've seen just how incredible McCollum can be when he is feeling it. One of the few guards in the league who gets everything to fall when his shot is on. It's why he can just erupt with huge scoring nights at any given time.
And with McCollum's explosiveness, Greg, you recall he put up 50 points in a game last season.
And how about he did so in under 30 minutes of floor time? McCollum, only the second player to ever achieve that mark. Helps he started with a 28-point first quarter. When he is locked in, he can put up points like nobody's business.
Here's McConnell on the 3 off target. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. McCollum, no good. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. And the dunk by Embiid.
And Embiid has a really high basketball IQ, superb at recognizing when to leap for the alley-oop jam.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habits.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the 76ers.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
The 76ers making a switch here. Richardson's checked in, and the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And Damian Lillard has always been an incredible scorer. His range and ability to create let him carry the load on offense, and has also stepped up as a vocal leader for this team, has grown into that role the last few seasons.
And the 76ers making a change here. Monroe's checked in. 1:10 left to play here in the first. The 76ers leading by 3. And with Lillard and becoming a team leader, Greg, he's always been one to lead by example.
And when Lillard was the clear star of the team, players started to look at him as a mentor and realize the kind of effect he can have on his teammates. And that led him to opening up, inviting them to dinner and hanging out. Wasn't something he took to immediately, but he has shown he could not only be a franchise talent on the court, but off the court as well.
And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Here's Simmons. 6 points for him.
I love that. Yes, indeedy. And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Now here's Lillard. He has 6. And a Wide open look for McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
They seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
The 76ers making a switch here. Trailblazers trail by 9. Lillard outside. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Trailblazers shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And no good on the technicals, so unable to pick that one up.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
14 feet away, and the shot goes in. Lillard's got 8 points.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, he knew he had him beat, Greg. I mean, that was...
Oh, he hits it! Oh, how about that shot?
Big time! Big time!
Incredible!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. The leadership mantle, something that takes
a lot of responsibility when things go bad.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
Yeah, like an avalanche, Greg, overpowering the defense on the majority of their possessions.
We've got Monroe. Ennis out there with Horford. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Simmons in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. A 12-point game.
And, you know, when you watch Embiid, he just oozes with limitless potential. You think about his size and his shooting touch. He can do just about anything he wants to. Tremendous athleticism. If he can stay healthy, I think he can be a dominant player in this league for years to come.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alden.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. Simmons finds Embiid, and Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And Embiid already voted in as an all-star starter for the East. In his second full season, he has hit the ground running.
Yeah, and you talk about him creeping towards 25 and 11 averages at his age. That's just otherworldly. I mean, when he hits his prime, again, contingent upon his health, this guy is going to be an absolute load.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
timeout called the 76ers.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Embiid. Scott comes in for Al Horford. Simmons checked in for T.J. McConnell. And Smith subbed in for Simmons. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Nurkic is checked in. Lillard from outside. The Blazers keep it going. An 24-second shot clock.
And great effort on the boards. And what a mean that was, Gary. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
Bazemore against Harris, and he trims the lead to single digits. Obviously, the game is played with a more wide-open style now, Clark. Name a few old-school bigs who continue to make an impact.
Well, I like what Andre Drummond does. Big fella's a glass-eating machine. Still needs to refine his moves and shooting touch, but his athleticism and rebounding off the charts. Blake Griffin stands out as well. Highly skilled, very, very athletic. Steven Adams, obviously a big guy. He plays an old-school game, rim protector, finisher, good hands, great strength. Dwight Howard, you know, he's on the backside of his career, but you think about what he was able to do in his prime as a shot blocker, rebounder, finisher. He's got some old-school qualities as well.
With the amount of characters and personalities on this Sixers team, Clark, you can't help but notice the attitude they play with.
Yeah, they play with edge. They play with brashness. Some would say arrogance, but all of the championship teams have some element of that, and that's where they're looking to go. On occasion, if their emotions get out of whack, it could get them in trouble, but I think they'll learn as they grow to tone that down and use it in a positive way.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
And it's Simmons penetrating. Scott, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. The 76ers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Embiid, he's checked in for Monroe. T.J. McConnell comes in for Simmons, and it's Ben Simmons in for Smith. Collins checked in for Portland. Mario Hezonja comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Lillard gets it to go.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop. They're up right now because he's been dominant on offense, and man, I like seeing him catch fire like this.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. Now that they have the lead, they don't seem as determined to pound it down low.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard. McConnell scanning the floor. Harris passes to Scott. Now Simmons. He's guarded by Collins. And so it's Philadelphia holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello! You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Well, they're getting high percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They are definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it.
The beautiful skyline of downtown Philadelphia, all lit up, dressed up, and ready to go. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
Yeah, I mean, he really gave them a boost in that first half, shot way above his average.
Exactly, Greg. And, you know, when he's scoring like this, they're tough to stop.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Trailblazers trail by 8. Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Lillard the 1 with McCollum at the 2. Collins is out there with Whiteside, and it's Hezonja in at the small forward spot.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defender.
And a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead.
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
And really, Simmons makes it look elementary, simple. I mean, the way he attacks defenses from multiple angles is hard to deal with if you're defending.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Kicks it out to Lillard in the corner. Collins with it. 6 to shoot. Back to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. Now here's McCollum. He's covered by McConnell. McCollum, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. Clark, you had a tremendous college career, excluding yourself. Give me the best NBA player from your alma mater.
Wow. I would probably lean towards Jerry Lucas as the best player coming out of Ohio State. And then you look at his pro career, it was pretty solid as well. I thought Herb Williams had a fantastic and long pro career. John Havlicek maybe would rise to the level of the best NBA player of the group that came out of Ohio State. Jim Jackson is another name. Evan Turner still playing. But I think John Havlicek probably in longevity, championships, Hall of Fame stature. I think he may be the best NBA bucket.
I'm going to put Clark Kellogg in there, too.
No, I didn't play long enough.
Lillard outside. From deep. The long distance three is buried.
Timeout.
And now it's just a 4-point 76ers lead.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And the 76ers with some changes. Monroe comes in for Scott, and Tobias Harris subbed in for T.J. McConnell. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And Scalabissiere is subbed in for Anthony Tolliver. And he comes up with the deuce. Monroe's got his second basket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. This here kicks to Lillard.
Good challenge that time by Embiid, using all that length quite well.
Lillard misses. Simmons finds Harris. And a miss there on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball.
Bad turnover, plain and simple. No other way to describe it. I mean, he just threw it out of bounds.
Philadelphia leading by 6. Harris, good.
And if you're not defended or unmarked, Monroe will find you. Terrific vision from the big man.
Kicks it out to McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. 6 points for C.J. McCollum.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Here's Simmons. And the rebound by Nurkic.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence. And so McCollum nails both of them. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Simmons. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. Right now, Simmons is a question with no answer. A tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact. Here's McCollum. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. McCollum's got 10 points.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Out to Monroe. Back to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid. He's close to the rim. The attitude that Embiid brings is, I'm dunking this thing. Back to Lillard. A three ball. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Philadelphia bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty. It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Monroe is out there with Embiid. Then there's Tobias Harris. Then there's Richardson. And it's Simmons in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Embiid. Nurkic with the steal. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Al Horford is checked in for Craig Monroe. Now, here's Nurkic. Passes it to Bazemore. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the 76ers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Whiteside's checked in for the Trailblazers. Timeout called the 76ers.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustments. ABC's checked in for Richardson. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle with his team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. Almost there, guys.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Philadelphia with the ball. With a 9-point lead. Now, here's McConnell. Goodbye, Hood. McConnell passes to ABC. Just 5 to shoot. Yep, it counts.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Horford out to Harris. And there's the pass to Embiid. Over Whiteside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, you can't go for the shot fake. As soon as Embiid has you in the air, it's over. You're done.
And Embiid drops them both.
Gotta like the confidence. Such an important part of making shots. Nice seeing a big man knock down free throws.
Lillard attacking. That one misses. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break. And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have superb.
Yeah, and you know, the ball moves faster than anybody's can, so that great ball movement and decision making, they're making all the right moves, Greg.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me.
Treated the rim like it stole something from it.
And stolen by Whiteside. Pass to Tolliver. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Back to McCollum. Lillard outside. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Philadelphia calls time here. They're up by 13. 1:29 left in the 4th quarter. This one. presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. The 76ers leading by 13. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Philadelphia.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ben Simmons.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's foul number 2 for him. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Monroe's checked in for Embiid. Scott comes in for Al Horford. ABC's checked in for Harris. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Simmons. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Rebounded by Hood. And so Hood will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 17. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. They get it again. Back to Bazemore. Pass to Nurkic. Out to Hood. That's a 2 from Lillard, and that one drops.
And how about Lillard just being aggressive here on offense? He can heat up quickly, just super efficient, and a high IQ score.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg.